Pancake Breakfast was held at the Waterloo Knights of Columbus on Saturday, March 5th. The event was held by Samantha Gories, an integrated marketing communications student that held the event to raise money for the end-of-year gala as well as for the Special Olympics.
So the event is part of our program requirements for the Integrated Marketing Communications graduate program at Conestoga College. And for this year, the sponsor that we ended up the organization we ended up choosing was the Special Olympics. Some of the proceeds go toward the Special Olympics Guelph Games as well as the formal for the program.
There's many different ways Gories could do to fundraise this event, so why pancakes?
So we wanted to do something nice and warm because it's winter time, we wanted to make sure that we had an event that would be appealing to people and that we'd be able to do for a full day. Since we have Strove Tuesday just passed, and that's kind of how the inception of the pancakes ended up coming to life. So we just want to bring it a little bit closer, and the Knights of Columbus Hall was thankful enough to have us on for it. They're actually sponsors of the Special Olympics, so it was just a easy collaboration.
There's been lots of different ideas passed around the classroom on ways to fundraise for these events. But because this is a one-year program, they change every year.
So because this is a one-year program, we actually do new ideas every single year. So for this year, it's 5 different teams with 5 completely different ideas that are completely different from last year's. So in the past, there have been barbecues, there's been movie nights, and the same ideas also carry over, but with a new twist on things. So we wanted to do something a little different from last year's, so we ended up going with pancakes, but some of the ideas that ended up carrying over for this year has also been to have a barbecue, to have a movie night. And
there were lots of supporters that came out to attend this event to lend a helping hand.
In the second semester of our program, the students take an event and project management course, and it's part of the Integrated Marketing Communications. It's a postgraduate program. And it wouldn't be unusual for the students to be involved in event management or the creation of events when they're working in the field. And so this course gives them a good overview and a good chance to actually practice some good project management skills in the creation of a full event. So they're responsible for coming up with the idea and then outlining all of the steps of the event so that it will be successfully implemented from creation through to evaluation and assessing the success of the event. And our graduates, some of them will go into jobs that actually require a lot of event planning. So it's a good fit for the kinds of work that our grads might be doing someday.
The events change by year, and the students learn what it's like to be an event planner.
No, it changes based on the year and on the event. And I have to say that the students are being graded on these events. It isn't the dollars that they raise that they're really being assessed on. It's how well they plan the event and how well they execute it. There's a lot of learning that happens in the process. So some events are more successful than others for varying reasons. So they're not being graded on the dollars that they raise or the success in that instance. Really, they're being graded on what they learn about the process of planning and executing a good event. And I think probably even professional event planners will tell you that every event teaches you something that you can use toward the next one. So this is a great way of learning. And we could stand in the class and theoretically talk about what it takes to put on a good event. That's very different than actually putting one on and actually being involved and having to, like today, serve pancakes and clean up after and engage with people at that event. So that's real learning, and that's really what we're after. Is that from this, the students will say, "Well, we should have done this," or "It would have been better if we had done that," and that's successful in our eyes. That they've created a plan, followed the plan, and then learned from that.
Money raised at these events gets split right down the middle.
I believe it's going to be 50-50. It was last year. The team agreed to 50-50, and it that might change a little bit depending on, it might go up more for the charity. I think the class will probably determine once they see the success of the events. The gala is an event that we hold at the end of the year just as a celebration. It's really it's a dinner out for an evening for the class, and the college doesn't support financially support those kinds of events. And we think it's important at the end of anything to sort of do a little bit of a celebration. And this is a one-year program, and these students, for the most part, are going off to launch their careers now. So it's a nice way to wrap up the end of the year. And so they pay for their tickets to go to this. We do a little bit of, this is the fundraising that goes toward it. Some of their practicum placement employers contribute a little bit to it as well. And together with all of that, the event is paid for.
Check out the program's blog for more upcoming events this week. For SpokeOnline, I'm EMMIE SIROKY.